This episode of the Marketing Podcast is brought to you by Neighborhood Domains. Every business needs a domain name, including yours. Visit neighborhooddomains.com and use offer code MARKETING to get 10% off hosting and domain registration.
On this episode, ARCore is out of beta, Google Hangouts takes on Slack, the rise and fall of the Vero app, and using elegant themes for WordPress.
Creativity sells. Applying the right creative at the right time is the recipe for great marketing. The Marketing Podcast looks at marketing news and finds the secret ingredients that make great marketing.
Hi, welcome to the Marketing Podcast. I'm Heather Watson.
And I'm Brendan Quigley.
What's up, Brendan?
Episode 26.
Boom!
I know, it's kind of exciting.
It is.
25.
We're like a quarter of a century old.
And if you count the
weeks.
radio, do you count the radio episodes?
We don't count the radio episodes.
There's a couple of them in there too.
Yeah, we like to sneak those guys in there every now and then.
Yeah.
I hope everybody likes listening to the radio sessions. I like doing the radio sessions.
Let me know if you don't feel comfortable letting Heather know.
Fair enough. Yeah. All criticism goes to Brendan. Praise comes to me.
Now, I'm working on some stuff myself, so we'll see. There could be some solo Brendan action in the future.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you made a debut in a video game recently.
That's right, my band.
That's kind of cool.
We played the soundtrack for a video game.
Yeah.
At a game jam.
At a game jam.
That you built.
For a game that I built. Nothing like a little bit of nepotism.
Yeah. This isn't like I've got a Call of Duty soundtrack that I can claim to my name. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't even anything paid, even the game that I built.
Exactly, yeah.
Like 6 people have played it. So.
Yeah. Stick to my day job.
So we have some fun things to talk about today, Brendan. Let's start with ARCore. What do you know about ARCore?
Brief me. Nothing.
ARCore is coming to Google Lens. So this came out of the Google blog, where we like to get some news. I'm afraid a video is going to start playing. I'm panicking. I think my volume is off.
Good call.
Yeah.
Turning off volume.
Turn off. So ARCore and Google Lens are working together to make smartphone cameras even smarter. And now they've come out of beta. And there's something going on in my headset, too. I'm just saying that out loud because it's like in and out. I'm fading, I hope. Am I fading? We're just having fun today, guys. It's been a day. So Google Lens uses your camera to help make sense of what you see. And it's been in beta for a while at Mobile World Congress not long ago. They launched ARCore 1.0 with new support for developers. So this is bringing augmented reality into our Google phones more readily.
And it's supposed to be available for anyone who has the Photos app. Like, it's supposed to be built into the Photos app.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I've been madly hitting the refresh button and nothing has come up for my Photos app yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's like a slow rollout.
Right now they're saying it works on 13 different models: the Pixel, Pixel XL, Pixel 2, Samsung Galaxy 8, Note 8, S7 Edge, LG.
So if you've spent $1,000 on your phone.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the caliber, because even on the iPhone 10 is kind of the AR function. So it's becoming, I guess, more widely used, but still not to the masses, because it's for that high-end user experience. How can businesses tap in and use the whole AR technology yet? I still feel it's a little too early for businesses to jump on board.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's something that they need to like run out and be like, okay, we need to make our painting business AR ready right away. Although, funny enough, painting might be one of those ones where you could point the phone at the wall and paint the wall before you paint the wall. But I digress. It's definitely one of those things that has just become available. It's kind of like live streaming. As soon as Facebook made live streaming in the app and YouTube made live streaming in the app, it was readily available, and now we see it. Every platform has some form of Instagram live streaming, Twitter live streaming, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel like the AR has just come to phones, and soon will be in all phones. I'm seeing here in the article, they hope to reach 95% of eligible Android phones worldwide by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
with this technology. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's supposed to come to my phone, supposed to be through the Photos app, but not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think businesses are going to be able to take full advantage isn't necessarily the flashy uses of AR, which is like, the furniture in your in your house. We've talked about IKEA doing the augmented furniture and being able to
putting
place
a
that.
crock pot on your counter.
Exactly.
Or pardon me, a slow cooker. We should stand
Slow
corrected
cooker.
after
That's
last
right.
episode.
That's right. But I think it's going to be in the ease of access for data. So the idea behind this with Google Lens is that you're going to be able to like take your phone out wherever you are. Maybe you're taking a picture of the family on vacation, and then it's going to recognize the building behind you and give you information about that area. Or you can like take a picture, like one of the things is like taking pictures of business cards and having Assistant automatically recognize the contacts and put them in your contacts, and so on and so forth. And so I think really the best way for businesses to prepare right now is to like make sure that their Google information is up to date. Because that's going to be the information, that knowledge graph that Google builds is going to be the information they draw on when giving answers and results to people across all their platforms. So if you're a pizza joint and someone points their phone at your pizza joint, making sure your hours are in Google, so that's what gets fed to them.
Yeah, and we deal a lot with that with small businesses, helping them make sure that their kind of online directory presence is up to date, whether it's Google, and a lot of businesses don't realize that they can claim their business. There's no cost to do that. And in claiming your business, you can start putting photos up, and when people are leaving reviews, you can even respond to those reviews as the business owner. And at least at the very least, people who are searching you see that you're engaged with that community and that you've claimed the business and that the hours are probably right and the website is probably correct. And if you're a restaurant or a cafe, you can put your menu on there and photos of your business so people can find you more easily. But
Google
it's not just on
loves that.
Google, right?
Yeah.
Google is certainly an application for this, and we're going to be talking more about Google later on in the episode. But it's also Bing, it's Yelp. There's all these kinds of places, and I actually was just talking about this not too long ago on the radio show, where you can get these things updated depending on your industry. Find out where people are hanging out to get directory information. If you're a contractor or a home designer, that are painting walls, maybe it's just making sure your listing is correct in house, which is where people are going to get that information, so that people know how to contact you at the very least. And it's free. It's just a little bit of sweat equity and grunt work and going in and verifying your business. There's a process so your competitors can't claim your business. All these businesses that have these kind of online directories have this verification process in place, which usually involves you getting a phone call or something in the mail to your physical address, and then you can verify it and claim that business.
Go do that.
Go do that.
Pause. Go to Google. Claim your business.
Yeah. Step number 1.
And then play. Play again. Hit play on the podcast.
Right. Hit play again.
Yeah.
So still on the Google track. Earlier this month, this particular article's come out of The Verge, but everybody was reporting on it. Google Hangouts is getting a major overhaul to take on Slack. So we use Slack a lot within our business. I think if just so people can get a bit of a primer on Slack before we carry on what Google's all about, it's like old school MSN chat. Is kind of where I go with it.
That's what I would have said too.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's your water cooler for your company. You can invite people who are not part of your company in. You can create channels where it's just, jokes and random stuff, or it can be very specific project-based things, and people can kind of subscribe to those channels. So we use it within our team to communicate things that are going on. The office is locked, or, hey, there's a fresh pot of coffee on, or something to that effect. But we can also throw links in there, share files. It really is kind of that central point where we're having quick chats online.
Yeah, and the integrations, like the sharing files, is really where it starts to shine through, where we can drop a link to a Google Doc in Slack, and it'll bring up
Dropbox.
Or Dropbox.
We use Dropbox quite
but
a
it'll
bit.
bring up previews and things like that. You can drop a link to Twitter, and it'll actually bring in the Twitter card with the tweet and all that kind of stuff. So,
and a lot of other tools that we use, like Trello, for example, which is a whole other organizational piece that we use to manage projects. We can put Trello cards in through that and assign tasks and jobs. So, as a small company, I mean, even between 2 people, it works really great. The larger you grow as a company, the more powerful a tool it becomes.
yeah.
There's a free version and a paid version, and really it just depends on how many tools you want to integrate into your Slack environment, whether you want to jump to that paid version, and whether or not you want to archive your conversations beyond so many texts, basically, is the differentiator. So now Google has relaunched Hangouts. And Brendan, I know we've been playing with this a little bit. What have you found so far? Tell us about how it compares.
Well, first, this title's a little misleading because they've just like renamed it Hangouts Chat. It's not actually like Google Hangouts as we remember Google Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
So Hangouts was the video chat app that they had that was supposed to be consumer level that didn't like
Barack Obama was one of the first people to do like a widespread
like a hangout. There you go.
Yeah, when they launched it, just to show you how old it is. Like Barack's been
that's not what this is. So as far as I can tell, Hangouts has been rebranded as Meet. So Google Meet, which is their new like business class video conferencing, with Duo being their consumer class, like FaceTime competitor.
Mm-hmm.
So with that confusion out of the way, Google Hangouts or Hangout Chat or whatever it's going to be called is now the Slack competitor. And they are last to the party of the major players, I guess, unless Amazon decides to do a chat app. But
right,
you never know. Basically, Slack was first. They really pulled in a lot of the developers and a lot of the nerdy people who then built all these integrations and made the platform really useful for people. And then we had Facebook with their workplace and Microsoft with their Teams.
Like, where does Basecamp fit in on that?
Basecamp's like a project management. So Basecamp also has this functionality in it, but it's not like just this. It does more than this. And now Google has come out with Hangouts Chat. And like on the whole, it's pretty much the same as Slack. The only thing that I noticed that was like exceptionally different is that Slack came out before like bots were a big deal. So Slack integrations are sometimes bots and sometimes like apps that work inside your Slack, where Google's integrations are pretty much all bots. So it's like picture an MSN chat with your colleagues that you can invite the Meet bot to, and then you can say, at Meet, schedule an appointment for Heather and I tomorrow at 10. And then Meet finds both your calendars, finds the right spot, and then schedules an appointment the next day. So it's like, timing is everything kind of deal. Like I think Google, with their like rich amount of features that they've got, managed to launch at the right time, that they didn't kind of like waste any time not doing bots. And they're now like wholeheartedly into the bots. And so any integrations that exist over on Slack that operate with a bot have kind of already been brought over. And so in terms of a chat app for work that works, it's shockingly like ready to go, even though it was just launched. And that's just because there's not much to it. And basically it's all Google stuff anyways. When I look at our own Slack, it's like we're pretty much using Slack to like send each other Google links.
We are, because we use Google so deeply within our organization.
So Google just said, hey, send the links on our platform and we'll integrate our bots better.
Right.
So it'll be very interesting to see. We're not jumping ship anytime soon, but I would say that for businesses that are already in the G Suite ecosystem, that this is like a really easy switch and a really attractive switch.
Cool. It's funny, I'm just reading the article that The Verge is writing, and you hit the nail on the head here. Google Hangouts has been having an identity crisis ever since Google tried to relaunch it as an end-all be-all replacement for GChat. It's been ping-ponging between Google+, Business Video Chat, Google Voice, Project Fi, SMS, and Lord knows what else. So focusing on business chat seems like a better strategy.
Okay, so there's the trivia for the day. How many chat apps does Google have? Tweet me.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out.
This is it.
So let us know on that one. And it is fully integrated, obviously, with Google Cloud G Suite products more deeply than probably any other chat app. So if you're already kind of hooked into that environment, it might be the route to go. We'll continue playing with it too, because I'm intrigued. I love many of the Google products, but I also really am now hooked into Slack because I'm a member of so many other Slack channels.
Exactly.
So it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan, are you on Vero yet?
I am.
How you liking it?
Connect with me. Follow me. Vero.
Follow me on Vero.
I got a lot to say about Vero.
Oh, good.
What are we talking about?
So Vero is a new social networking app that it's new, but it's old. It got new traction, I guess, in the past month. It was launched in 2015 by the billionaire son of a former Lebanese prime minister. And Red
flags.
Here we go. So just kind of the ups and downs and of Vero of late. And I think we just published a radio session on this not too long ago, and I went into greater detail
Yes.
on it. But basically, Vero is very similar to Instagram. It's a photo-based social media thing, but it also lets you post text or link to web containing URLs, which Instagram doesn't let you do at this point in time. You can also sort your contacts into tiers and decide on how big of an audience each post goes out to. So your feed can show all your friends' posts as well as in reverse chronological order, which when Instagram changed their algorithm to get rid of that, there were a lot of grumpy people. And when that happened, it seemed like all of a sudden Vero started taking off again. I think they boosted some of their advertising. People became aware of them. And all of a sudden, in the course of 48 hours, the thing went from very, very few signups to 500,000 signups in a 24-hour period. And this was just at the end of February when that happened. So interestingly, they went into a bit of a PR mode because all of a sudden they're ranking super high in the app stores because of crazy downloads, which is just fueling it. More people are downloading it. People get curious about it, start Googling, what is this Vero thing about? And then they learn that the family of the founder is connected to some shady construction company run by the family where they withheld pay from thousands of immigrant workers and then abandoned them without food, water, electricity, and labor camps. So that went over like a lead balloon. And at the same time, people are just starting to discover Vero app. All the people kind of really discovered it, and then wanted out. And then they realized they couldn't delete the content. They couldn't deactivate their accounts. Now, they've since right-sized that.
Yeah.
So you go, like anything, you would go be able to deactivate your account and take ownership back of all your photos. That function just kind of wasn't built into the app originally. You could delete the app, but all your stuff stays in their server. And they were pretty vague in their terms of service about what information was collected, saying Vero only collects the data we believe is necessary to provide users with a great experience and to ensure the security of their accounts.
AKA whatever we want.
Yeah, we're just going to hang on to everything in perpetuity.
Just in case.
And
we've talked about that before. Like, don't collect information that you don't need. It's just better.
Yeah. So they're really vague with what they're collecting. They're making it really difficult for you to take back your information. And so it was like the quick rise and fall of Vero. And I think they're still trying to fix it. Like I said, they fixed this whole deactivating your account thing. You can now take your information off their servers in theory. I don't know if I trust that they've deleted it off their servers, but you can deactivate your account. And I've kind of lost interest in it all of a sudden.
Well, it's okay. So I'll start then.
Please.
Basically, the number one feature, in my opinion, of Vero, and I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned, but is the sliding scale of where your post goes. So you get to create basically 4 buckets: close friends, acquaintances, and then anyone who's following you.
Everyone.
Yeah, And so whenever you post something, you can slide the little slider to acquaintances if you just wanted to hit that circle, or just close friends. And what I think is really interesting is I think this is one of the features that sets it apart. Like, yes, you can do this kind of in Facebook, but it's not like part of its core posting. Like, that's not how Facebook works. And so I think this here is like one of the features that it's like everyone would use if it existed on, this is going to be weird, traditional social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like if that option to hide things existed. And so I really think, above all else, Vero is an example of what users are looking for. Like you said, the reverse chronological order. They saw a huge surge in people downloading the app. And then the next lesson, I think, is then people looked up the owners and didn't like what the owners did and wanted to delete their app. And like, we're at this point, right? Like, you would have gotten away with that when Facebook started. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's some shareholders in Facebook who are like silent partners who don't want their name out there because they realize the ramifications. You would have gotten away with that then, but now it's an open book. And this just goes into everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the optics of who you are and why you're doing what you're doing.
It just adds to the story. I mean, okay, ethically, the whole family connection to the, I don't know what we call this, the labor camps is a bad thing.
Yeah.
And, do you want that person to be the spokesperson or the face of your company if you're tied to that? Number one. But if it was just that alone, as a PR person, I could probably spin that.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
I could turn around and say, no, that's my family. That's not me. That's not what I stand for.
I'm the black sheep.
In fact, I give away, millions of dollars every year to support, ethical labor standards or whatever the case may be. You can spin that. But when you couple that with the transparency issues on the data that they're collecting, the inability to deactivate your own account, and the other piece with, just the Lebanese son of billionaire, you're like, how did they get their wealth? What did they do? It starts making you very, very suspicious about that.
Remember though too, Instagram had these exact same issues when they were starting out. When the Instagram app launched, it was crashing on a daily basis.
As was Twitter. Fail well.
There you go. And was it Instagram or Snapchat that had the terms of service debacle, and they actually backtracked on it? I forget which one, but it was they changed their terms of service. They were now owning something that they originally weren't supposed to own, and it was one of these legal things where it's no, we don't actually, we have to say it that way because of this, that, and the other, and they ended up backtracking kind of deal.
Right.
So I wonder,
it's growing pains.
I wonder if it's growing pains, but it's funny because the app's been out since, you said 2015?
2015. But if you don't have the uptake, and
exactly.
This whole thing is they were going to fund it, basically eventually they're going to start charging a subscription.
Which is what? Huh?
Yeah, so users are going to pay, but if it's a few dollars a month, then you get that the chronology that you want in your feed, and you can control the distribution of your feed.
I thought they were going to monetize because people were going to be able to sell within the app.
Right.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Let's say I make, fun little shoes, I could sell them in the app.
Because you can do the link embedding that you can't do in Instagram.
They have a checkout in the app.
Right.
They were literally going to allow the transaction to happen on the platform. And I thought that was really neat.
Right. So until you get to that point of monetization, though, you can only build so much.
Yeah, right.
Right. And typically it's the next round of funding that's going to get you those next bonus features and things. Deactivating account, I wouldn't say is a bonus feature. I think that's a fundamental.
How to build a social media 101, right? It's we need a way to sign up. And we need a way to sign out. Yeah.
How do we do that?
Delete the,
Yeah. So, they're going through, and it's great that they changed it. They're listening. They're going through some growing pains. We'll see where they're at. Give it another 6 months, and see what's going on and what kind of audience pickup there is. And
I think the style, it feels very much like Instagram, but maybe a little more diverse.
Right.
Yeah. What I think is really cool is you can share, like a lot of people screenshot the song that they're listening to and then post it on Instagram.
Right.
They actually have a song search that you can share the song search.
Right.
Now it's powered by Apple iTunes Music, and I use Google, and so it's not awesome, but I think they've got more than one type of post, and for someone who doesn't my initial reaction in a situation isn't to take a picture of it. Instagram's hard sometimes because I got to remember to go click.
Yeah.
Where Twitter I find a little easier because I can write a text. Vero gives me both those options. So I don't know. If everyone jumps on,
we'll see where it goes.
Maybe I'll use it more.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm there. I posted one tweet or one Vero, one thing. We'll see.
I'm going to
go find me. I have no followers. Heather Watson.
No, I follow you.
Oh, you follow me. Yay.
Yeah.
So we're going to change things up now. I figure, we've done 25 episodes. Now it's time to change because we got to keep it fresh. So our last segment, we're going to start doing this favorite things bit.
Gummy bears.
Okay.
Oh, you meant like
tools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were talking about Slack earlier and
Still
Trello and gummy bears. So today, and this is more your favorite thing than mine because I don't use it as much as you do, is elegant themes. So this is for WordPress builders. Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Take it away. Elegant Themes is a theme company. They also have a handful of plugins to their name. But the theme that they build that is like their cornerstone theme, they have a bunch of them, but the main one is called Divi. And if you've ever developed for WordPress, there's a couple names that are out there and around. Divi's one of them. And I think it's because of their pricing model. They have a one-time pay. You pay once, you get their theme, you get their updates, which is different than most subscription models with themes or per site licenses. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why they're so popular. With that said, you'd think, hey, you buy it once, it mustn't be that good. these guys, I don't understand how they keep up. They are updating this thing on like a weekly basis.
Yeah.
It's unreal. And what's really cool is that they've got a visual builder, which is like drag and drop,
exactly.
built into their theme. And what's even better for the developers is that all the elements in the visual builder can be totally customized through CSS or JavaScript or, well, basically whatever you want. So it's like, dare I say, the best of both worlds. You can build a site that a client could maybe go in and understand, but at the same time, you can fully customize and tweak to your heart's content on the back end.
Okay, now you're talking about building it for a client because obviously that's the work that you do, that we
Yeah.
do. Would you say that it's just as good for a DIYer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Okay, and the price point makes sense from buying into it even at that?
Definitely, because if you were to buy a theme from somewhere like Theme Forest, you're going to end up paying about the same amount.
Cool.
For a one-time off theme or more. And my experience with Theme Forest is they've often just packaged another visual builder into their theme.
Right.
And so you're using Visual Composer on whatever's theme.
And I think, that visual builder is a really key piece where if you are a DIYer, to be able to kind of drag and drop the boxes that you need into, like, whether it's a photo or a text box or a calendar or form widget, I find it's much more easy for somebody who doesn't really know exactly their way around the back end of WordPress, which can be complicated. They say it's super easy, but anybody who I've talked to from a client perspective that gets into the back end of their website and they go, they say it's easy to build. It's not that easy to build.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta know what you're doing and where to find things, and those builders just help make it easier, whether it's Divi or any other visual builder.
And for the DIYer, there's a beautiful, last year they made an update where they did a front end builder, and if you've ever used website builders like Wix or Squarespace, Divi beats them in terms of drag and drop and capabilities and how easy it is to get
You can lay out a
into.
page.
Yeah. On top of that, they've got a whole bunch of page layouts. They recently did an update where they extended their layout library. So they've got like ready to go templates that you can drop in and then just throw in the content.
Cool.
So definitely gets you going, and started. The other thing that I find really awesome is that they've got their Divi theme and they've got the page builder, the Divi builder, but they've gone and they've packaged the Divi builder as a plugin. So if you buy into Elegant Themes, you also get advantage to this, access to this. And so the advantage is if you've got a site that's on a different theme, you could install the Divi builder on that site,
right,
and use the same tools on that site.
Right.
You don't have to totally change your
Redo
theme
your
out.
site.
So it makes sense. And then you would eventually get to the point where all your pages are built out in the Divi builder. And so you could just install Divi and keep going.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll throw a link up to that in the show notes. Of course, you can find us at themarketingpodcast.ca and find our links to social media, Twitter, not to Vero yet.
No. Does Vero have pages? No.
And learn more about that. And of course, all the other articles that we're talking about. I think that's it for our show today.
That's all.
I'm getting a nod. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the Marketing Podcast, thanks so much for listening. I'm Heather Watson.
And I'm Brendan Quigley.